My name is April, and I'm 47 years old. I was teased about having a flat butt, and I kind of started my mental quest for a larger butt. At 38, a woman who wasn't a doctor said that she did butt injections. A week later, I found myself laying on her daughter's bed, having the silicone injected into my body. I didn't do any research on the silicone that was injected in my body, nor did I do any research on this woman. A year later, after the injections, my butt started to get hard. It started being discolored, and then it started itching, and then extremely painful. The second year, I went to numerous doctors to have the silicone removed, but they would have had to remove my butt cheeks, and nobody wanted to do that. By the fourth year, I was in excruciating pain. I went to the hospital. One of the nurses put some cream on my butt cheeks. It ended up eating a hole through my right butt cheek. And 2 months later, I ended up contracting a staph infection. I was rushed to the hospital. They gave me 24 hours to live, put me in an induced coma, and they put me on a medication that would help to increase my blood pressure. That medication caused gangrene to my extremities. Once I came out of the coma, I could see that my hands and my feet were necrotic. I knew that I was going to have to lose my hands and my feet. And I was just devastated. My hands and my feet, they would never come back. That's over for me. But at least I can use this to help share with someone else so that they would never have to experience anything like this, especially in the name of a butt.
We're joined by April, who is so resilient, and board-certified plastic surgeon and butt implant specialist, Dr. Mendieta. And April, you wanted a bigger butt.
I had already had this issue about the butt since I was like 7 years old. I had already, you know, my sister had a larger butt, and the boys kind of liked her because she had a larger butt. Right. So I kind of vowed in my mind that when I get older, I'm going to get me some butt. Sure. Even though I didn't know if it was possible to do that, but I thought that. A young lady came into my salon and said she did butt injections. And she had this woman with her who had, I mean, her butt was done well. Sure. And I was like, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. I wanted that. God sent you to me. Yeah. It was like that. It wasn't even like, oh, I shouldn't do this. I felt like it was a blessing. Sure. Like, honestly, I really did.
So you believed the hype, so to speak. I do want to clarify for everyone how one thing led to another. You had these injections performed, later developed a severe infection in that area, got into your bloodstream. With the severe bloodstream infection, led to sepsis, and that's where you have no blood pressure, your limbs get no blood supply. That's why you've lost your arms and your legs.
And my butt cheeks.
And your butt cheeks.
I want you to leave that out.
So there's a right way to do this and a wrong way to do this,
absolutely.
right, gentlemen?
You know what? The biggest issue that we have is that there's no control of what's being injected. You're being told one thing and something completely different is happening. And not only that, but let's say that they are using a silicone. There is no medical grade silicone, first of all, but there are degrees of silicone impurity. So people will buy this at Home Depot. They can buy it at any hardware store. You can go online and purchase these things. They'll send you the syringes, non-sterile, to inject. And the problem that's happening is we don't know the purity of it. There is no governing body that's going to tell you these are the standards for what you need to inject.
So hopefully no one here watching will ever get this done. But for those of you out there who maybe have, show us, you know, what you might find and what you can do.
Let's see. First of all, when you open this up, you never know what you're going to find. So you could find something that's as hard as concrete. I don't know if you can take a look at this. I can't even bring it out. But it starts to look like caulking material, almost like cement. Yeah. Many times when I take this out, I could throw it on the ground and it'll break the tile. Wow. Other times, it can look like this. It's a little bit of a softer substance. It's a lot more gooey. And this is what you call the silicone. But the silicone comes in different grades. Look at that. I mean, it's almost like popping a pimple, but this, you could never get it all out, ever. It's distributed everywhere in the buttock. It's not one location. So if, let's say you had a gluteal implant, and that's why that's the other way of doing this, I can go in there and remove the implant if there's any problems, and problem solved. Here you can't, because you have it all over the body. And it migrates.
Yes.